Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Shaylee. Thank you for tuning in for the first episode of the Abundant Wellness Podcast. A little bit about me: I am a certified holistic health coach. I help my clients achieve their dream lives through sustainable habit building, positive mindset shifts, and just overall tips on living a more abundant life. If that's something you're interested in, you're welcome to stay tuned. I plan on uploading weekly for this podcast, as well as constant content on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Also, if you would like a more personalized one-on-one coaching to implement habits based on your lifestyle and your needs, I also offer one-on-one coaching on my website. All of my social media and information about my coaching will be linked down in the description. For the first topic of my podcast today, I decided to do an episode on rushed resolutions. It is already February and many of us have already given up on our resolutions. You may have gotten burned out by week 1, week 2, week 3, or just never even started them. A lot of people I know are no longer doing resolutions as they feel a lot of pressure built up on themselves and with others on achieving a certain goal by a certain time. And I wanted to talk about that topic, about how we can approach resolutions in a more graceful way instead of feeling so daunting and pressured to achieve them in a certain amount of time. All right, so I'm sure you all have resolutions that you already are thinking when you think about what you wanted to achieve this year. Maybe you did start them and you've given up. Maybe you're kind of in the middle of them, but you're getting burnt out with it. Or maybe you just didn't do them at all, as I said, because of the pressure that you feel with accomplishing your resolutions every year. I wanted us to look at resolutions in a different lens this year. If that's something you're interested in, I know many people have goals that they want to accomplish by the end of the year. I would like to give a different approach to how to accomplish those goals without feeling rushed, without feeling any sort of like hustle culture pressure on yourself, as well as also giving yourself grace to move and flow with how you may be feeling throughout the year. One of the topics I like to talk about with my clients, and one that I really have loved implementing, is the topic of grace-filled goals. I went through a really bad case of burnout a couple of years ago. I put so much pressure on myself to accomplish certain goals that I had in mind for myself by a certain deadline, and the pressure I put on myself just ended up making me feel so burnt out. I was able to truly sit back and reflect on what I wanted to do with my life and what filled my cup and gave me purpose. And this is where I came out with this topic of grace-filled goals that I use with my clients that help them achieve their goals in a more sustainable way, where they actually see results because there's not that added pressure that they have on themselves. To switch out rushed resolutions for what I call grace-filled goals is to make a list of the goals that you would like to accomplish for this year that you do feel is realistic for your lifestyle and your schedule. Something that a lot of us will do is we do have a big list of accomplishments and goals, which I think is amazing. However, sometimes that can be a bit daunting, seeing a long list of things that you want to accomplish by the end of the year. And the end of the year can seem like it's so short now because you have such a long list. So I recommend writing down the things that you want to accomplish by the end of the year. Go ahead and shorten that list to 3 main goals that you want to accomplish. That can be very daunting, especially you're like, I have so many things I want to get done this year. I notice a lot of times that the goals that I do have throughout the year mimic the same feelings that I want to achieve. So what I will do is I'll make a list of the goals that I have for the year. Normally it's about 10 overall, and then I will write feelings associated with accomplishing those goals. Once I do that list, I notice a lot of the times similar goals correlate with similar feelings, and I'll kind of narrow down until I have 3 main goals that make me feel most fulfilled in my life, make me feel as if it's giving me purpose, and make me feel accomplished without that rush and added pressure. Once you make those 3 goals, I want you to go ahead and think of small micro habits that you can implement to achieve that larger goal. So we're going to use each micro habit like a stepping stone to get closer and closer to your goals. Then by the end of the year, you'll either be right at the goal and you'll accomplish it, or you'll be pretty close. And even if you don't accomplish the goal fully by the end of the year, you'll have new habits that you've implemented that will be carried on into the next year that you'll continue to grow with. I like to choose 3 micro habits to achieve within 3 months. Let's say your goal by the end of the year is to move your body at least 5 times a week in an activity you like to do. Maybe you're not sure what that is yet, and that could be something that we can work on as a micro habit to kind of discover what those movements are that you would like to enjoy. But let's say that is your goal at the end of the year. I would say that we'd start as a small micro habit. So let's say for the first month, you're going to focus on just moving your body for 5 minutes a day. And maybe that is stretching. So it's not any sort of vigorous physical activity, but it is stretching, something you have not done in a very long time or at all. And so you want to implement that habit. By creating it as a small micro habit, we keep it sustainable and something that you can definitely accomplish with your schedule. It's something that you enjoy. So once we continuously do that micro habit for a month, we can reevaluate and see how we can habit stack onto that. And maybe you really like stretching and you found a great love for it, and that's something that you want to continue to do. You can start implementing a yoga class that you do once a week. That's 30 minutes. And we'll just continually stack on. And then eventually you will get to a spot where you are accomplishing your goal of moving your body 3 to 4 times a week. So as you can see, by keeping it slow and steady, by giving yourself grace to adjust, sometimes you will have times in your life where your schedule is just not be able to permit the goal that you wanted to. Being able to give yourself grace enough to know that you are still working towards that goal, but you maybe need to tweak it a little bit for a certain week or a certain month based on your lifestyle is totally okay. You are still working towards something. Every small step is a large accomplishment towards your goal. It adds up over time, and giving yourself grace to know that you will be able to reach the goal by the end of the year, even get steps closer to it, is a great accomplishment. So you will continuously choose micro habits to work towards for all 3 of your main goals by the end of the year. And each of those stepping stones will get you closer and closer to achieving your overall goal. And you may be able to fully achieve your goal by the end of this year. And it may be a goal that is a little bit more fuzzy on time. And it's just something that you overall want in your life. And that's okay as well. It doesn't have to be a set time. There is no set pressure to put on yourself. Make sure you give yourself grace to know that you can adjust your life based on your schedule. And sometimes there are busier seasons in life, sometimes there are slower seasons, sometimes there's more stressful seasons, and sometimes there is more calm and steady seasons. And I want you to be able to give yourself grace with your goals and your accomplishments to know that they can fluctuate. Life doesn't look all the same. A lot of the times we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves, or we'll read a lot of self-help books and productivity books, and they'll put a lot of pressure on timing of you need to have this done by the end of the year. It needs to look like this every day. If not, you're failing. I don't want you to approach your accomplishments and goals that way. We are humans, we adapt and life changes, and I don't want you to put pressure on yourself thinking you need to accomplish these goals by a certain set of time, or that if you are not 100% productive every day, that you're not productive at all. Each small step that you create with those micro habits are going to create something even better for your life. It's going to get you even closer to your goals that you have. And even if you don't accomplish your goal that you wanted to by the end of the year, you're many, many steps closer than you were at the beginning of the year. And I think that is a great accomplishment in and of itself. I hope this video was helpful for you all. I definitely found this way of approaching my goals and my accomplishments in my life to give me such calm and peace, and makes me feel so much more fulfilled when I don't have the added pressure of the world on me with trying to reach my goals, but just the steady voice inside of me that gives me the peace and the knowledge to know that I am working towards my goals and I am accomplishing my goals every day just by taking those small steps to get where I want to be in life. If you are interested about videos about burnout, I've definitely gone through it. This is kind of where I found this strategy of being able to help myself and my clients achieve their dream lives in more of a grace-filled setting. I would be happy to do a video on my burnout journey, how to understand it when you're burnt out, how to get out of it, and any other tips like that. I do really hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, you're welcome to leave any comments down below. I'd be happy to answer them. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day, and just know that any small step that you're taking to accomplish your dream life is a large step in the long run, and it will get you closer and closer every day. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.